We're live, guys. We are on the internet. I think.
Who'd have thought?
Let me double check. Yes, people can see
We
us.
made it.
Can people see us?
Okay.
The internet? Yeah. Or Twitch. Is Twitch the internet?
Yes.
Yes.
Which is the
Thanks.
only thing that is on the internet.
Yes.
I don't know. It's .tv. Maybe it's just TV.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is it not? Well, let's just hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Voidcast. If you've never been here before, we're a group of Dutch tabletop RPG enthusiasts. We like to play tabletop RPGs. We have a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition stream every other Monday, and in the Mondays in between, I usually play video games on stream. But I thought I'd invite some friends over and play an actual tabletop RPG. So welcome to this super special one-shot where we will play Dusk City Outlaws. We are joined by some guests, and I think that... do you guys want to introduce yourselves, or shall I say something?
We can introduce ourselves.
All right.
Yeah.
Shanks, you can kick it off then.
All right. Well, as he said, I'm Shanks, also known as DM Shanks, formerly Dread Pirate Shanks of Topdown Tabletop. We're part of a D&D crew as well. We stream every Saturday right now, playing Wizards of Zakaria, which is our entirely homebrewed campaign. And now we've started Fortune and Favors on the off Saturdays, which is DM'd by the lovely Vic Straws.
Me. That's me. You didn't leave for me to say, but I'm Vic Straws from Top Down Tabletop.
And can I just say that we're like super excited to be here because this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm super excited that you guys are here. I love your work and what you've been doing on your own channel. And when you guys suggested, like, hey, if you're going to play, then we might drop in. I immediately was like, yes, we're doing this. We're doing this right now.
Yeah, I kind of volunteered Shanks. I was like, he's free.
Yeah. That's great.
It's fine. I have nothing to do.
So we have another special guest, and I'm not talking about Jasper's mask right there. I'm talking about our one and only true friend, super special guest, super excited to have you here. My own personal dungeon master on a Sunday, but today also your silver judge right here on the Voidcast channel.
Hello. Hello, the internet. Hello, the internet. And you can tell I'm absolutely terrified. So this will be entertaining. It's the first time I've ever been on stream, so that will be nice for everyone. Just a D&D/RPG nerd from the UK. Ended up hanging around Voidcast live when they started their stream, and pretty much never left. Usually found hanging out in chat. Started DMing for one of their community games. Got asked to do this for tonight. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Great. It's so great to have you here. So I already know of your prowess as a game master, and
Still want magic items.
So yeah, I hope you have a lot of magic items for us today. No? Oh, wrong game. Probably. Wrong game, probably. So I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Michel. I'm part of Voidcast Live. I usually play video games in this time slot, as I said before. And super excited to do this. Eric, throw it at you.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm also part of Voidcast Live. I do the artwork for most of the channels, or for some of the channels. Michel picks up the rest. And most of the times I try not to die on stream, which I filled in horribly. Up to you, Jasper.
Oh, well, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Just joined you again. Sorry, I had to put my kids to bed, and that's sometimes that's very important to do. Hello. Yeah, I'm Jasper. I'm a part of the Voidcast Live crew as well. I'm very honored to be playing with both Ashley and our Top-Down Tabletop friends. I'm hopefully going to enjoy myself, but I'm guessing there's no option to not do that. So, yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Jasper. So if we are all ready, sorry about that, we will kick it off by starting the trailer. But before I do that, I actually have to ask chat, are all the audio levels okay? So I tried, while everyone is introducing themselves, I tried to tweak it a bit. But if somebody's much louder than somebody else or super quiet, just drop it in chat and I'll adjust the sound levels as we go. And with that said, I'm rolling the intro right now.
Knocking on your door 'cause we need your help. All my friends are here and we're ready to go. Follow me, grab your gear, we need to go right now. Hunting down the goose, hurry up, there's not much time. Straight ahead, the way to go. And tomorrow's yesterday will soon be gone. Gonna cut my steps in stone.
Back. Du-du-du. All right. Ashley, do you want to kick us off?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Dunhaven, the Dusk City. To the outer world, it is a paragon of what a city should be. A magical place of order, light, where fortunes are made, the streets are cobbled with gold. To those in the city, they know the truth. The streets are more often slick with blood and corruption, carved into mini empires of the cartels that really run the city. Part of the arrangement, the agreement between the cartels, is that any large job that's going to be done will be split as equally as possible between members from all the cartels so that all can benefit and profit from plundering the city's riches. This evening, a job has come to the attention of the Black Council, the 9 members that run the city's underworld. You will have to break into a merchant's home, plant a necklace in his safe to have him implicated and his assets seized, so the Black Council may do with them as they see fit. Now let's meet our protagonist, Vix.
A black sack gets tossed out of a second-story window in a swanky inn in downtown New Dunhaven, landing below in a side alley. Immediately afterward, 2 feet poke out the window, donning sleek black pumps, as a young woman in similarly dark ensemble, with a slim-fitting blazer, slips out. Her feet find purchase on the fire escape, and she closes the window behind her. Looking over the edge to make sure that the coast is clear, with her satin glove, she hops over the rail, slides down the fire escape, and then scoops up her bag, tossing it over her shoulder. She tousles her curly black locks and sets off down the alley, away from the busy roads, slipping a hand inside her coat to a hidden pocket, about to admire her spoils from tonight's job. Her brow furrows as her fingers find something unexpected, and she pulls out an envelope, immediately aware that the housekeeper she bumped into in the hallway must not have been a housekeeper at all. With a sigh, she tears open the top with her fingernail, looks at the invitation, heaves a sigh. I could have done without the theatrics, but I'm intrigued by anyone who can pull a fast one on me, she muses. Heading down the back alleyway to a hideout. Empty-handed for the evening, this woman in question is none other than Thief Darla Prigger of the Wardens of the Night.
Yeah,
Wow.
Awesome.
love it.
Good shout,
Over to Michelle.
All right. Camera pans out of the city. See overhead view of New Dunhaven. Some farmlands. We go towards the farm. We zoom in on a farm. We zoom in on a farm. There, we enter the farm. Inside, it's immaculate. It doesn't look like a farm. It looks like some penthouse. Everything is super clean, immaculate. And you can hear water splashing, probably from the bathroom. An envelope gets thrown into the mail box. Someone in bath slippers walks out of the bathroom, wrapped in towels, looks at the envelope, doesn't pick it up, moves out of the room, and comes back later, all clean and dressed, with pincers and a brush. And the first thing he does is he picks up the envelope, brushes it off, and then opens it to read the invitation. He immediately puts the letter in his breast pocket, walks out of frame towards the bathroom, where he takes a small teacup pig from the bath. Which is named Pepper Pig, obviously, and takes it towards the outside of the farm, where there's, as you can see now, more pigs, bigger pigs. There's some haystacks there. He opens one of the haystacks up, and it's actually a secret door. And he goes in through the secret door, gets on a slide, and slides down through a tunnel. Now, we don't know how it happens, but while he does that, as in true fashion 90s, 80s cartoon, he gets his costume and he gets prepped. His costume fits, and he exits the room, now all dressed up, with a mask on his face. He is a gravedigger, a gravedigger cleaner, and he steps into a boat where two men row him off towards New Dunhaven.
Awesome.
Bravo.
Love that.
Sorry, I had to improvise that one. Next.
I enjoy the Peppa Pig.
So, Jasper.
Well, I have to compete with some incredible stories so far. So let's see what I can pull off. I love the Smoky Lounge. It's an acquired taste for some, but for me it's home. From its bar to its patrons, from its shady dealings to its hidden backrooms, dedicated to all manners of gambling. As I greet my guests, I am surprised that all manner of folk have come to my place. The cartels often mix freely here, and some members give me an appreciative nod, as I hand out some strong beverages and recommend them the games that make me the most profit. I am presented by an opportunity. My loyal support, Tony Maloney, presents me with two rare flavors of an exquisite vintage, one bold and rough, one slippery and sweet. As I twist my tongue to get a feeling of the night's mood, I realize I have to pass. A third person draws my attention. As I see my lord and lady slip into the crowd, I am presented by an invitation I cannot refuse. That's mine.
All right.
That was wonderful.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Okay. Eric.
Eric. Oh, I'm up. Wow. Okay, the New Dunhaven Express steadily makes its way through the dry and desolate landscape. The machinist is unaware of the troubles that are taking place in the rear carriages. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery, Matthew Claiborne announces. Me and my associates here will be your robbers today. Keep your hands where we can see them, don't do anything stupid, and y'all will be fine. The passengers look in on and look on in fear as they are forced to hand over their valuables to the trio of hanged outlaws. As Matt approaches a stranger dressed all in black, with black spectacles, black hair, well, everything is black about that guy. The man opens his snake leather briefcase and hands over a black envelope with the initials MC written in silver ink. Matt slowly nods and accepts his new assignment from the broker's agent. Without a word to the agent, they continue to the next carriage. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your cooperation, and we wish you a pleasant day and safe journeys.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So cool.
And last but certainly not least, Shanks.
All right. The camera shifts into a well-appointed, luxurious bedroom. A young, attractive Townan man casually dresses himself, while a dark-haired beauty from the Vespers watches intently. "You don't really need to rush out of here so soon, do you?" she asks with a hint of disappointment. "Yeah, I do. Or things will get pretty messy. I'm guessing by now your brother knows I'm here," he replies with a sinister smirk. She seems perplexed, but she says nothing as he hoists his heavy crossbow from his pack, steps over to the open bay window. He lines up his shot and fires a bolt with a tether attached into a building across the street. It holds firm as he ties the other end of the line to a sconce above her window. "There was something else I was meaning to say. It was important too. Suddenly, someone's banging on the bedroom door. "Ah, yeah, now I remember." He hooks himself onto the line with one hand while drawing his pistol with the other, leveling it at the bedroom door. The door opens with a crash as an imposing-looking Vesper pit boss fills the doorway. "Stay out of Red Lotus territory," he punctuates the sentence with a single shot, the pit boss crumpling into a bloodied heap as the Townan man leaps backwards through the window. He glides effortlessly down the line, tumbles across the vacant rooftop, and quickly leaps off the opposite edge from one balcony to another until finally reaching the sheltered surface of an alleyway. A man, concealed by shadow, calls out, "Kogamau! Still mixing business with pleasure, I see." He approaches, envelope in hand, unconcerned by the firearm now pointed at him. "Well, I expect you'll have fun with this one. Usual rules apply." He hands the envelope, and with that, disappears through an unmarked doorway.
All right.
Wow.
Also,
So now I need to try and live up to this. Some marvelous introductions.
You will.
That's
you
right.
will.
We're going to go Monty Python pretty
Yeah.
quick. So.
We won't look cool at all.
It's a slippery slope. So, by now you may be wondering, why the envelopes? The envelopes summon the protagonists to a single place to be given a job by the broker. The broker is an agent of the Black Council who will have approved this job and will want to see it done in the best possible way. So where have the crew been summoned? They've been summoned to a gondola repair warehouse in one of the many commoner districts. The air is cool, has a musty smell of labour, water and mildew. Workers bustle around, deliberately blind to the crew as they enter, making no eye contact or acknowledgement of their presence for fear that their honest job may well be lost. You're led into a back room where sits Augustus Fargo, a tall, thin, very well-dressed man, black hair and a gaunt face. He is a serious businessman that controls this area of the family. It is a main trade route, and he controls it with an iron fist. As per tradition, for all family gatherings, there is water, bread, and cheese provided. Not what you would usually expect from the family. You would expect a more lavish feast, but it seems to fit the demeanor of this gaunt, stark man. As you approach, he invites you to sit down, of course, giving way to his right-hand side for Veloce Amores, as is dictated by family honor.
Well, sorry. I have to get. Can you repeat the last sentence? Sorry, I was a bit distracted, which does not make for a great introduction, I guess. But
We told you it wouldn't be long.
Right off the bat.
So, he invites you to sit down at his right-hand side, as is dictated by family honor.
well, I wouldn't refuse a seat by you, Augustus.
So he nods curtly and leans forward, steepling his fingers in front of him.
I simply dabble my fingers in some of the water and lick them to imply some sensuality or something.
He seems unperturbed and yet is ready to present the job. He looks at each of you in turn. An upstart merchant, Armin Raleigh, has been trying to smuggle his own goods and not paying his dues to the family. You are to plant, and he reaches below and pulls out a beautiful emerald necklace. Stolen last week. You are to plant this necklace in his vault to be discovered by the City Watch, thus implicating him in the crime. His proceeds will then be divided up amongst the Black Council. Your pay for this will be substantial.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
I got a question. Wouldn't it make more sense to just shoot him?
The Black Council believes that lacks elegance and doesn't send the right message.
It's
I'll
messy.
do it
It's very
elegantly.
easy. It is very easy to end a life. It is far more difficult to destroy a life.
All right, fair enough.
So, that is the first part of the job. What you guys get now, and I get to switch to a wonderful new screen, is you now get 15 minutes to plan what you would like to do to start getting towards this job. Now, you are going to have 2 days, so that is 4 segments to complete this job. The first planning session is free, but after that, you will need to decide whether to have a plan or a legwork session. You are permitted 4 of these, so a plan, a legwork, a plan, a legwork, or a legwork plan, and then the job must be completed.
Hmm.
Exciting!
Very exciting.
I'm a bit nervous, I must say.
Yeah, me too.
So any of
Go
you
over
know
to
how to
you.
bust into a safe?
That's the easiest thing in the world. The hard part is finding somebody who knows their way around somebody's house.
Well, I can invite myself anywhere, dear. You know, I have friends in every place, and it just so happens that people just love me.
Well, if Cowgo here wants to shoot somebody, then we'll have a body, and I can get in there as a gravedigger to remove the body, so I can enter a building just fine, especially if Mr. Mao here intends on shooting people.
This is pretty fun.
Shooting is always fun, but not near my ears, please.
I got a
Doesn't-
bow as well, if you'd rather me keep it quiet.
It doesn't help us plant this necklace, though. Shooting someone, that is.
Well, I have a trained ferret that can get into many places. He can take the necklace where we want him to, but still need
yes.
to get the ferret inside the building.
What's with the pig?
That's my teacup pig, Pepper. He does lots of small tricks for me. He helps me clean stuff. Don't worry about it. You'll see. You'll see.
Who invited him?
He is
No
creepy.
idea, but he creeps me out.
I've actually worked with him before. He's not that bad. He keeps to himself and he cleans up any bodies I make.
Yes,
Does
I'm
he
good at
start with
cleaning.
cleaning up?
Very good at cleaning.
Does he start
So-
with cleaning up the pinkies?
So, to help you guys out a little bit, let's start thinking about the knowledge that you would have already being workers within the city. So, does anybody know specifically about merchants?
I do. Yes.
You do. So, if you know about merchants, you would know that Armin is a deeply unpleasant man. No family. He became wealthy trading cloth on the back of family affairs and has since branched out into smuggling his own goods. He likes to be seen spending money, clothes, gambling, taverns, but always returns to his own house at the same time every day.
A man of, how you call it? Punctuation and
Punctuality. Well, you know, every man can be distracted when they come to my place.
If you could keep him distracted, I think myself and perhaps your ferret might be able to get into his place, but I would need to know where his safe is.
So maybe we rustle up some floor plans first.
yeah. We need some floor plans for this building. Now, where can
Hey.
we get those?
Yep, no,
Okay, so again, anybody who knows anything about nobles would have something to say about that. Does anyone here know about nobles?
nope. I know
Nope.
about outside the city and horses.
I know
know.
about the crown and the reserve.
Okay, well, the crown will do. The crown is close enough. So you would know that all building permits must have an accompanying floor plan of the building, and are all kept at a central location within each district at the civil service department.
Okay, Darla relays that information to the party. Perhaps one of you have a connection there, or we can lift it some other way. But that might waste time.
I have no connections there, but we might be able to convince somebody to give us the plans if we mention that we need those plans for something else, like I don't know. I mean, maybe they have a cemetery. How you call it? Celebration? No, a wake. Oh, sorry, I call it a celebration, but it's a wake. Maybe people are planning. Maybe people are planning a wake, and we have to organize this and need the floor plans for this building.
That's definitely the sort of thing that the gravediggers would be well suited for investigating.
And if there are any guards on watch, I used to be a member of the City Watch, so I might try and convince them to get out of our way. I know a couple of these guys, and I know some dirt. I have some dirt on them.
So this is an excellent plan for you guys to move forward into the legwork. So that would be one really good scene for you to go for, which is trying to convince whoever it is at the party or at the civil service department that you need these plans. So it's definitely worth having a second goal for other members of the party to be working towards during a legwork scene.
So, should I invite our target to become acquainted with my place? So that on the night that we really do our job, we can get him there for a longer time, extend his stay, so to say.
So you want to take time to invite this person to your club?
Yes.
Maybe convince him to come over on the night that we want to...
Well, I can kind of distract him by small gamblings and invite him on the night of the real thing by a big event that I'll be hosting in one of my back rooms.
Great. Do you need a funeral procession to go with that event?
Well, if they're all naked and easy to look at, of course.
Maybe can be
So-
arranged? I don't know.
So this is another excellent goal to work towards. So it would be worth now spending the remainder of the time refining what jobs you would like to do as a party. Now, there's no limit to the number of legwork scenes that you can be involved in, but you can only take the lead on one legwork scene per sort of legwork time period. So it's worth deciding who's going to take the lead on each scene and who's going to be assisting and in what capacity.
I think that I could take the lead obtaining the plans because my particular specialties are better suited as a secondary thought, not really a primary in-your-face action guy, me.
And I
You
think
need-
we said that Matt Clay was going to be assisting.
I will be assisting.
Yeah.
I think I may as well come along for that as well. You know, just in case you need the backup.
Yeah, maybe shoot some people, eh? Right?
Maybe. I'm pretty good at convincing folk to do what I tell them as well, so...
I'm pretty good at pretending to be somebody else. If maybe you have somebody who works with you, I could come and join you inside.
Yes, that would be possible. But somebody might also need to join. What was your name, Mr. Amoris?
Veloce, for you. I think.
Creepy.
What sort of help would you need?
Well, I could certainly use some person who gets the party interested in coming to my place together with me. Like a bystander who is telling everybody around her that my din is such a wonderful place to gamble.
I'm pretty good at drawing attention to myself, so I think I could help you with that.
Well, then we might just be a team.
All right.
Excellent.
Are those all the
So-
things we want to do?
Is there, well, now that there's sort of 5 minutes left, you've got the main scenes that you'd like to do. So it's a good time to introduce a couple of mechanics. So one of them is influence. Each one of you has started with one influence. And there is also one influence that the party can use at any time, should they desire that they need it. Influence is kind of like the currency of the cartels. If you need to make a bribe, or if you need to convince another member of your cartel to join you for some particular reason, this is a great time and a great use of influence. So if there's anything else, so Standfast, Festina and Veloce, which will be taking the lead on the legwork scenes, is there any other goal that could be satisfied, not with a full scene, but maybe just by greasing the wheels a little bit of your own cartels, sending out the message so that you've got some resources available?
I would... I'd like to potentially spend a scene, like, you don't need to do a scene, but scout the guy's house from the outside and see what kind of security details he has, see if anyone needs to be taken out beforehand.
Yeah, and that's a perfect thing for a sharpshooter to do, sat on a roof. And again, no need to sort of go through it, but there's definitely things that you will learn by taking that kind of an approach.
All right. Do you need anyone to go with you?
I'll be fine. Anything goes down, I just start shooting and running.
Excellent. Just
If you need a
remember
horse for
to
that.
give me a shout so I can clean it up.
If you need a quick getaway, I can arrange a horse for you if you want to.
That sounds mighty fine. I'd enjoy that.
You can even use my own trusty horse, Winbow. It's right outside.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I think that's the kind of thing that's just going to happen without the need to spend any influence. So, last couple of minutes, is there anything else that anybody would like to do or use from their cartels? If not, we could just go straight to a scene.
I have no cartel to talk to, so it's up to you guys.
I have nothing yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Not yet, indeed.
Question for our silver judge. These spending influencing things, do I need to announce them right now, or can I, during a scene, just go like, I did this for one influence?
As long as it's not something like, oh, I've already bribed this person.
No.
So if you're
Although
thinking you're gonna be bribing
funny
somebody,
funny thing, that is actually a ability that I have.
yeah,
That
unless
actually-
you have the ability that allows you to
alright.
do it mid-scene.
No, okay, but I understand. Yeah, I don't. I don't mess with any of the players in the room, but things
Yeah.
that could have been influenced outside of that, I could have done. For example.
Certainly.
Yeah. All right. Great.
Yeah. That's it. I was just about to say, unless it says so on your character sheet, that
Yeah.
you can specifically do that.
I was just looking at literally the ability to bribe somebody.
Yes. Well, this is an absolute first for one of my games where the planning session has actually ended early. So, I think the first thing to do, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun, is going to be Festina taking the lead and trying to get some plans and floor plans from the local civil service, renowned for their open, welcoming demeanor.
Yes. Let's do it.
So, the very first thing that happens whenever we move to a new scene is I generate heat. So, I generate 1 heat for every party member, and that goes into my heat pool. That's the resource, a bit like your influence, that I can spend to make life a little bit more interesting. So that's going to start generating as you guys start bringing the City Watch and the good folk of New Dunhaven down upon you. So, the Civil Service Building is a large, slab-sided, dull grey building. Like every civil service building that has ever existed anywhere across the multiverse. The windows are small, the doors are heavy, and it is a soulless, joyless place.
Do you know what I like
As you
about
were-
this place? Small windows, easy to clean.
Certainly is. As you arrive, there is the customary line of merchants, hagglers, all waiting for licenses from the licensing department, steadily traipsing forward. And there is 1 free window from the planning department. Also in the room are 3 members of the City Watch standing idly near the doorway, just keeping an eye on things and making sure that nothing untoward happens in this most hallowed of civil service base.
All right, I make my way inside. I haven't actually described myself, but I am a tall, bony, meager man, and I wear a buttoned suit, and over that purple and black robes that are matching the Gravediggers cartel. And of course, I wear a Venetian plague mask, which signifies me as one of the Gravediggers. I make my way inside, gently stroking my teacup pig, Pepper, and I move towards the free window.
I thought I was the one drawing the attention.
Well, are you following me in or not?
I am following you in, yeah.
So you
Yeah.
approach the window, and there is a rather small, meek, demure woman sat behind the counter with grey hair, grey jumper, grey skirt, and she eyes you up and down and says, "How may I help you, sir?"
Greetings, my lady. Great. I love the colors you're wearing. Gray, black, very, very soothing. I am here for a mission for the Gravediggers. We have a wake to prepare, and we need some plans for the house to be able to do everything and decorate the building as befits this man of stature and whatnot. I don't actually know. They didn't give me any details, but yes.
So have you filled in Form 9342A, which will allow you to take requisition of the plans?
Yes.
I'm laughing out of character.
May I have the form, please, sir?
I look over to Clay. One moment, please.
Remember, I'm here too.
I step away from the window for a second, and I get my abilities. I think I can forge a document. So I'm going to take from my cleaner's bag. I'm going to take a piece of paper and a quill and some ink, and write Form 9A something.
Just watch your back on stream.
It does pay to listen. So, I think while you're doing this, that's going to be something that's going to definitely start to draw a little bit of notice from the watch officers that you're starting to, pull out things from your bag. I think at this point, some sort of distraction may be in order unless you're going to start bringing down some real heat from the 3 watch officers.
Oh, I will watch. I will go to the watch officers. I'm approaching the watch officers and say, "Hey, Frank, it's a long time ago, man. How are you doing? How are the wife and kids?"
And he just kind of looks at you with that slow kind of realization of, "I thought you died."
Peter, how are you doing? How's what was her name again? Annabelle or was it Anita? I don't know. It's been so many.
She left me for Frank.
She left you for Frank. Man, Frank, how could you do that to Peter? He's your best friend, man. And after you slept with William's wife, and I point to the guard next to Frank. After you slept with William's wife, I thought you would stop with that, conundrums.
So this is a brilliant distraction, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that you are going to be making a roll for the first time tonight. We've managed all this way without making a roll. So could you give me one of your skills that is going to allow you to distract these watchkeeping guards?
Okay, and my skills are, distract someone. So that's an 80%.
An 80%. So what I'd also ask you to do is to roll 2 boon dice with this as well.
Okay, and it was even.
So they are D8s,
Yeah.
and we're looking for any odd numbers.
Odd numbers, okay.
Yes.
So a D100 is 12.
That is an incredible success. Rolling lower is what we want.
Yeah. And we have a 7 and an 8. So
Wow,
odd and
so-
even.
Also,
Excellent.
1 boon. So, you have opened up some very old wounds in between these watch officers. So, Frank is just standing there and he kind of flexes his muscles a little bit. He just says, I can't help my animal magnetism. And the other watchkeepers are just pounding on him. All of this is starting to bubble over. There is a suitable distraction for Festina to definitely start forging a document.
Well, funny thing, while I was looking at the percentage for forge a document, which is 65% on my character sheet, I saw another skill that I have, which is navigate bureaucracy, which has an 80% chance. So I might have had to do that one, but I guess that this one is much funnier. So let's do it.
Okay. Well, if you'd like to then roll
Can I?
for... Oh, go on.
I would like to help him with this, not in the actual creation of it, but in the passing it off as real, by being extremely seductive towards the woman.
She definitely sounds like the kind of person that would be seduced.
I have the stunning quirk, so I'm the most attractive person in the room.
Okay.
Oh.
I think Frank might disagree. But
Get your own
We are
quirk,
gonna-
Frank.
so, with that in mind, then I will say, would you like to give me a roll for forging a document? And I'm going to give you just 1 challenge dice rather than the 3 I was going to give you. So please roll a D10 with it, and again, we're looking for odd numbers.
Oh, another D10.
On the D10.
Or no, an D8, right, for the challenge.
No, a
that's-
D10 for a challenge. So if you roll the percentage, and then you roll the D10.
All right. The percentage is 54.
Which is a success.
Yeah, and the other one is a odd number, which is a 3.
So that has brought up a complication into this.
Imagine that. I thought this plan was foolproof.
So, the way this is going to work, you may now go back to the window and try your luck.
All right. I move back to the window. Ah, yes, I found it. Here's the document you requested.
So she kind of looks over it and she says, I think you'll find, sir, that this is a 94B53-A requisition form for hosting the party. You need to do a 9465-B, which is the requisition form for being able to knock through walls if you need to, which would be why you would require the plans.
Ah, correction. I would also need to require from you then Form 10CB-54A in order for me to get Form B12, which would immediately have the guards alerted and request Form B12A in order so other people can get Form 20 according to legislation 12A4, and I am navigating bureaucracy.
With some skill, I would say.
and as he wraps it up, and I go, or instead of spending all day filling out forms, we could just talk about you.
So, would you both like to give me a roll? But what I'm going to say is that rather than because you're both distracting and helping each other,
Yeah.
you can give me a roll, but then also you may roll a boon dice each.
All right.
Teamwork makes the dream work. The boon dice, that's a D8?
That's a
Yes.
D8. And then again, we're looking for odd numbers.
Okay, so I got a 66, which is well below my deduction of 80.
Yeah, so I have a 50, which is below the 80 as well.
And I did
Okay.
not get a boon.
And
No boon.
I rolled another odd 3 on my D8.
So, she absolutely ignores Cougar, but is staring adoringly at Festina Lente.
Forms are the way to
Your
her.
knowledge of
Bureaucracy is sexy.
your knowledge of the form system is scintillating.
Well, yes, it is.
I'll just fetch you that document.
Thank you very much.
See,
And off
Frank,
she
that's
goes.
how you woo a woman. Not like you did with Annabelle.
So I think there's a full-on watch fight going on at the back now. As promised, she comes up with the plans for the building. So these are available to you,
Great.
and they'll be available to you during the planning session. So, now we can move on to the second legwork scene, which I have obviously put my piece of paper down. So, Peloche,
Yeah.
what's your
So-
plan?
So we know the route he's taking, right? During the day.
You will know that he goes to the biggest, most expensive club in the area to really show off that he has money.
So Darla, dear,
Yes.
might it be a good idea if we kind of intercept the Lord, merchant, or whatever, and just talk him into going to this quaint little other place that's so much more adventurous and builds up your repertoire as a true gambler in the
As-
biggest way.
As you're talking, she's just like suddenly like dusting your shoulder and like going like this and like nodding along with your plan. And she goes, "Oh, you mean like it's exclusive and only the most prestige people come to your place?"
The prestige is yes, indeed. It's
I
the
think
most
I can
exclusive
convince
thing
him.
that's out there, really.
Okay,
It's called
so
the Smoky Lounge, by the way.
Smoky Lounge.
The Smoky Lounge.
Lovely.
Because, you like to lit a cigar or a pipe every now and then.
Of course.
So, you approach the swankiest club in the area. This is a moderately exclusive, but not utterly exclusive. The bouncers on the door will certainly check to make sure that you have a coin purse on you when you're entering the establishment, and will not let just any old riffraff in. Two people such as yourself are not going to cause any concern just sashaying into the place. You immediately spot your mark.
Oh, there
Standing
he
by
is.
the bar. Standing by the bar, proclaiming loudly that he has just won a very exclusive horse race. And the only person in the establishment who backed the horse that he chose.
Well, he's a looker, isn't he? Shall I
He's
go
like-
talk to him?
I think you should. I'll just be having a little chit chat over here about the exclusivity of my club. Maybe it will carry.
All right. Darla kind of sashays over into the general direction. She's like being very deliberate about the way that she's like flipping her hair and like giving eyes at some of the people around her, trying to draw attention to herself. And if she can, I don't know if he has like any security with him. She's gonna try to close the distance.
No, he is almost alone at the bar now, having collected his winnings and has gone back to refresh his drink.
All right, then she joins him at the bar. And depending on whether or not he looks in her direction, she kind of does the same thing that she was doing to Velace and just kind of like strokes at his shoulder gently to get his attention.
So I think he has definitely noticed. And, so, who are you here with?
She flips her hair over her shoulder and looks in Velace's direction. Have you heard of the Smoky Lounge?
I have not.
Oh. Well, someone like you who has just won so much this evening, you'd think that you would have. It's quite exclusive.
I certainly do like an exclusive club, but what would be the benefits of joining such an establishment?
Many high rollers, everyone here is kind of gambling a pittance compared to the Smoky Lounge.
So, would you like to give me some sort of alluring temptress roll from one of your skills?
Sure. I have either distract someone or I have lie to someone, which I don't know if I'm lying to this person right now.
I think this is being more of a distraction, as the idea is to get him to notice what Veloce is doing.
So I got a 59, which is below my 80.
Okay, he has definitely noticed that the person that you were pointing at, or at least severely hinting towards, is talking quite loudly about an establishment. So what is Veloce saying?
I'm talking to like this set of beautiful people. I find every person beautiful, so that's my thing. I'm just saying, and then just yesterday, someone took all of the money out of my place, and yet this morning we were all filled up again. It's that kind of place. High stakes, high rollers, every day, every night.
So, Raoul is now very interested and comes over and is sort of hanging around next to you and says, so if this is so exclusive, how have I not heard of it?
Well, what can I say? We change our names every time that we've become too popular. Otherwise, everybody would get in, right? Change the place as well.
So, have you got some sort of a convince the Mark to follow you in this gambit role?
He has exactly that. Exactly what it's called.
I've got a skill that's called anything else.
I didn't realize Bowen was playing.
I think
but that gives me, because I'm a kind of a jack of all trades, I can do really anything. I've got
I think we all have that ability, Jasper.
Oh, okay.
That's just 50%. 50% is
Higher,
cool.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to let him talk. It sounded impressive.
Oh well, that's cool. I never looked at the other ones because I wanted to be a dabbler. Anyway, so it's really anything else.
Okay. Seeing as you've had Darla sort of assist you on this, it might be worth just throwing out here from, if you're going to use influence, now would be the perfect time. So it may well be to spend your influence to gift her the ability to convince him that this is the way you want to go.
Oh, I can do that, like that?
You certainly can. That's just spending influence.
Okay. Then I just say to Darla, well, dear, why don't you tell him how it all goes?
She again, like, she followed him over when he left the bar, and so she's been kind of like doing like the patting at the shoulder sort of thing, touching at the arms gently, and she goes, do I look like someone who would hang around a bunch of nobodies? And she kind of like pops her hip out as she says that and stares at the man.
Would you like to give me a direct lying to my face roll, please?
I always hang around with nobodies. 27.
Wow.
Which-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely nailed it. So I think he is suitably impressed. And sort of, when would be a good time for me to visit this establishment?
Well, you can join us tonight, but the stakes are a bit lower this evening. Couple of days, we'll be having an exquisite evening. You can win a house if you want.
He kind of thinks for a minute. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a card, and hands it to you. He says,
Well,
have my people escort me to the place in 2 days' time, and returns to the bar. Now,
we got it, darling.
that was an excellent scene. But what I'm going to do, as the dungeon master for today, the Silver Judge, I'm going to add 2 heat to the pool.
That's fair.
And I'm going to add 2 heat to the pool because he now knows your faces.
Yep.
And so if you're hanging around his establishment, he's going to maybe start wondering why. So,
That's a good one.
other than one last thing, which was there was one person who wanted to go and case the joint, which I
That is
believe
correct.
was Cougar. So, while you were convincing Rowley that he needed to attend your very exclusive club, one of your party members was hanging around and just generally getting the lay of the land of the mansion. So, it's a 3-story townhouse in the Merchant Quarter, built by Rowley himself, backing onto the canal. He leaves at 0700 every morning and does not return until after 2100. The house staff only cook breakfast for their master and then attend to duties. He hates to see his servants, so is usually alone. They all live on the top floor and must be upstairs by 1800. Otherwise, they risk being discovered when he returns home from gambling. He will be displeased. You're also aware 5 security guards have been engaged to guard the home and are billeted in the entertaining room on the top floor.
All right.
I hope somebody else is taking notes. Yes, thanks.
So, we now return to the planning screen. So you have investigated, you've come up with a start of a plan. Now is the time to start really getting into the weeds and deciding what you need to move forwards.
Yes. I
Well-
have the plans. Here they are.
Certainly do.
I have a ticket that ensures he'll be my guest in 2 evenings.
And I got a bit of knowledge about what's going on at the house.
Oh, so we know where the safe is, correct?
Is the safe on the plans? Let's take a look.
Right, so I will
Is
jump
it?
to this.
Any hidden rooms?
So I will jump to this. And keep an eye on the time.
All right.
So, what you have on the plans is you have a 3-story townhouse. Any of the rooms that you would like me to describe, I will describe because they will be drawn onto the plans. What is missing, though, is the location of the safe. But you do know from your investigations that there are 5 private security guards housed in this room of an evening, and all the servants live in these rooms. And that this room here is the master bedroom. This is an entertaining room, and the ground floor is sort of kitchens and servants.
Yes,
servants.
it seems there is a couple of rooms in the back of the house, besides the master bedroom, that would make an excellent location to hide a safe.
I agree.
Well, fortunately, we're going to have a little bit of time to look around because the servants all disappear around 1800. So, assuming that he's on time, which he always is, that still gives us 3 hours to look around. But if you can distract him even longer, then that gives us even more time.
And what about the guards then? They are stationed upstairs. Do they?
There's 5 of them. They're all the way at the top.
Do they do patrols?
I didn't see any patrols from outside, but maybe Miss Prigger could get up there and get a permanent fix on that door. You know, lock them in,
Ooh,
keep them off our backs.
that would be a great
Well,
idea.
but it would certainly set off the alarms, right? Something is happening when that happens.
Yeah,
What
we
kind
need
of
to-
alarms can we expect?
The mental ones, dear.
So, on the plans, you are aware that this area here, next to the front door, has been attended to by the Alchemists Guild. So there is probably some sort of alchemy trap in this area.
Excellent.
I'm gonna need a short blonde kid in a suit of armor.
I mean, I can get into any floor that we need to.
In the meantime, I can train my ferrets regularly to retrieve, well, whatever in the safe.
We need to put something in the safe, are we not?
Oh, yeah, sorry. To plant anything that's in the inside the safe.
Ah,
But do we have the combination of the safe?
I know my way around a safe.
do you know who made? Do you know any companies that make safes? Maybe we
Would-
can get some information about this specific one.
So would I be able to do that because I do have security knowledge and I know about security systems?
So, does anybody know about the right kind of people?
Ooh.
No.
Looking my background right now.
What are
Oh.
the blooded again?
The Blooded are not the right kind of people for
Okay.
this.
No, I
Is-
still.
Is it only the front door? Sorry, I know everyone's looking for something different, but is it only the front door where there is expected alchemy?
Yes, because that's the only place on the plans that was showing up as having been attended to by the Alchemy Guild.
And it's on
Uh,
the water, right?
Yes, so it backs onto the canal. So the canal, actually, if I jump onto here, runs right along the back of this wall here.
Well, in that case, I can have a gondola at the ready if you want.
Ooh, that would be very nice.
I mean,
Oh wait, I can't. By the way,
my family owns a dog.
I
can,
just spend my influence. So
There is also one party influence,
oh, yeah.
which can be spent at some point. Okay, just having a look at your...
I can get us some ships.
Red Lotus. So, you know about the townies?
Yes.
So, you will be aware that in this particular merchant district, there is an old townies locksmith who specializes in creating safes. If you were a paranoid merchant, that is definitely the kind of place that you would go to purchase a safe.
All right. Well, I know old Dallin was quite an expert in safe making and safe cracking, and if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I'd bet that this merchant probably went to him to have the safe made.
Interesting. Yes.
So with that knowledge, would Darla at all know what type of safe that would be and whether or not she'd be able to get around it?
I'm sure if you visited, you would certainly be able to figure out something like that from having a conversation with him.
Maybe a visit to the locksmith then?
Yeah, we'll go check him out.
I had another idea. What if we can figure out who is actually working the guard post on the day that we are going to do our thing, and maybe try and, I don't know, make them feel uneasy, sick, maybe poison them a bit or something? Does anyone have any skills of that sort? Figure out who these guards are, where they live. Maybe we can go visit some, you know?
You're so dark. I love it.
So you know that they're billeted upstairs, and Hugo would have definitely seen them coming, going, preparing themselves, possibly even eating at a small restaurant nearby. That's definitely the kind of thing that he would have seen while staking out.
Right. Well, I know where they eat, so if we can get some stuff into their order without them noticing, we might just disable them for the night.
And that's where my trusty ferret comes in nicely. Can slip into any place he wants. Sorry, she, because it's regular wing.
Leave.
Leaf, yeah, regular leaf.
Okay, so there's two tasks then that will definitely you guys want to try and complete. One is talking to the locksmith, and another one is potentially going after the guards, which is definitely the kind of thing you'd want to do in a legwork scene. So
I got another one, though.
yes,
And I really want to involve... where's my thing? Involve you in this, Festina. I kind of want to make my smoky lounge kind of a party place for the next couple of days. Make it exquisite looking, but at the same time, if ever a body would drop, I want it to be able to be cleaned up in a whiffy.
Yes, cleaning bodies is what I do. So does Pepper.
So,
She likes
can we
bodies.
decorate together?
Sure, wherever I'm most needed. I could also help out in the restaurant where the poisoning happens, just in the background, for if something goes wrong, I can clean it up.
You with your poison. You're so funny. got great shins, by the way. Anyway, what I wanted to say is maybe not poison, but maybe we can do some poppy or something to make him sleep out his dastardly losses at my place.
Yes. All right. So.
Okay. Oh, come on.
No.
So how would you like to divvy up the work then? You have 3 tasks that need completing. I think we've got one happy couple. So who would like to take the lead on the visiting the locksmith?
I can take the lead. She'll still get the knowledge, right? Like regardless of who takes the lead.
Yes, as long as you both go.
Yeah, I'll
So
go.
that would be Hugo. Okay. And then, what about the guards?
I think if Festina takes care of the poison, I mean, you can make poisons, right?
No.
He really wants poison.
We don't want to poison them yet anyway. Like we want to poison them the night of, right?
Yeah,
So maybe getting a poison.
We might want to
yes.
acquire a poison, yeah. And where
So
can we do
that's
that?
the kind of thing that we can definitely abstract away, and it's the sort of thing that a gravedigger, using their influence, would certainly be able to find a member of the assassins section of their cartel.
And get some sleep juice as well while you're at it.
Can I do that as a side thing, because I think like I don't need to take lead on any job. I'm fine with a second man. But if I need to spend influence to get the poison, then that's I can do that.
So that does leave Matt Clay not really doing much for the legwork scenes. So is there anything you would like to do over this legwork scene?
What can you do? Is there some way we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds, guys.
Yeah.
So let's figure out how we can get Matt Clay to lead a scene revolving the guards.
I can stake out the restaurant that the guards are eating in. See their
Yep,
patterns,
that's
see what
definitely
they
a sort
order.
of thing that you can do.
See if I get inside the kitchen where my ferret can poison their food.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Sounds like a solid plan.
Love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I think if that's all the planning done, and again, I cannot believe I'm saying this, that we're ending another planning scene early.
Am I in the lead on a scene where we dress up the smoky lounge?
Yeah, we haven't discussed that plan yet. So I don't know what you're planning, Jasper. No, wait. I don't know what you're planning, Mr. Morris, but I'd be happy to join you for it.
Oh, just spice up the place and make it make bodies disappear if they need to.
Okay.
At the same time.
So I don't think there's going to be much. Like, if you're just sort of getting ready for a party and cleaning up and generally getting the place spruced up I don't think that's the kind of. It's definitely going to happen. Like, but it certainly involves the pair of you, and it keeps you doing something positive and constructive. But it may well help you in the long run.
Okay. Yeah.
That's our game master telling us it's.
I mean, I'm more than happy to sit here and listen to you party plan. That's fine by me.
I have a question in our last 30 seconds.
Yes.
Is there a potential entrance from the water side that we could make use of?
If you were to stake out the joint, if someone was to stake out and keep staking out, there's maybe more you could learn about the house.
Does someone want to take a lead on that? Anyone not leading?
I'm not the best in staking out.
Well, I am good at staking out. So
You're already leading something.
yeah, but I'm not leading because we aren't really going to do that thing, right?
Okay, that's the planning time
you
up.
take the lead on that. Get more information on the house.
So Cougar's actually going to be leading a scene involving the locksmith,
Yeah.
but we'll abstract a few things away first. So, the decoration of the lounge, I'm more than happy to abstract away as it is now sparkling clean. There are some new tables. You've engaged
Inviting
this-
guests and everything, dress it up,
Yes.
make it a lively
Yeah.
place.
Do something with-
facade.
Do something with horses, bedding.
And that.
You could even have a horse ready to go in the center as like a center showpiece.
Yeah,
Oh,
get-
that's cool. I'll do that, and I have those figurines that go like that, you know?
Yeah, but also
And-
get Matt Clay's horse and put it in the middle of the room. You're on
Matt
mute.
Clay is
You're on
silent.
mute. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry. Winbow, come over here, boy. Come here. Help this fine gentleman.
We'll add that to the decorations then.
So, while that's happening, Matt Clay is sort of hanging out around with the guards. And he's noticed they do go to the same eatery every day. And they are definitely to be found at the eatery. But what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of my heat that has been slowly building up here in the background. And I'm going to be spending some heat to say that they meet up, they are all ex-watch officers. They meet up for dinner with the off-going watch shift at a well-known eatery for watch officers. So everybody in the establishment at that time is going to be either private security or a watch officer. So that is going to be an interesting avenue to explore should you wish to. Moving on to the legwork scene. Cougar, would you like to tell me where this locksmith of yours is to be found?
Well, we have to head down to the docks. We go in through this, there's a tunnel in the canal where nobody but the Red Lotus go. And in this tunnel, we've got a few secret doors, you know, people maybe hiding out, don't want to be found. And old Dallin, well, he made his home in one of these a long time ago and refused to leave, so we just let him keep it. After all, no one could pick the lock to get in anyway. But, you know, he helps us out from time to time. When we have a big job like this, you just got to know how to get in. So as I lead Darla there, walk up to the door and tap the special rhythm.
So you hear a click, then another click, then some sort of ratchet mechanism, then a slight whistle.
I was
Followed
like,
by-
I never heard that one before.
A chunk. And almost soundlessly, a beautifully greased door just opens up. Now, this is quite a large door. Like, this is a big, heavy set door. And I think behind it is a tiny little man, white of hair, slightly sort of pale from living in a sort of underground lair for the last 30 years of his life, and sort of peers through his sort of cataract lens. Who is it?
Koga, Dallin. I'm here with up-and-coming young safecracker. She wanted to ask you a few questions. Specifically
Ooga,
about...
you say? A safe cracker. Everything's on a bit of a delay. It's taking a little bit of time to get things through to his head. So, Best come sit down. He kind of shuffles over to his little workbench, and there's sort of a lock in pieces on this workbench, completely unfathomable to most sort of human beings. Now, what can I help you with?
Darla, why don't you tell him about the safe you're interested in? While I make sure this door gets closed and locked again.
It just takes like 20 minutes. So Darla starts, yeah. I mean, it was Kuga that told her about the safe, right? Like you had the information.
No, I know about the safe cracker. That's it. I don't know
okay.
about the safe maker. He may have made the safe. You just got to tell him whose it is.
Do you know a man by the name of, and I totally forget the man's name.
That's why I passed it on to you.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
If I'd actually known the name, I would have slipped it to you by now.
Rolly.
Oh no.
Rolay? Okay.
Rolay.
Yes.
Okay, Rolay.
I'll bring him up.
Yes.
Have you made a safe for a handsome man named Rolay?
I've made a safe for an idiot called Rowley.
That's the one, yes.
Terrible man.
Really
But
is.
Paid fairly well, not full price.
Well, perhaps you could tell me... Do you have a price for the information that I would need from you?
There's always a price. It's just whether or not you can pay it.
Well, if things go as planned, he'll be paying it.
Why do you need access to his safe?
Oh, I think you know, but I think it's better if you pretend that you don't.
So I think at this point, I'm going to ask you to spend your influence. Because you're asking quite a lot for this. And I think I'm going to give you... What? You're using your deception skill again?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say percentile dice, 3 challenge dice, so that's 3 of the d10s, but also 2 boon dice.
Okay.
That's quite a lot to roll. Please don't,
Yeah.
don't think you have to roll it all at once.
Yeah,
But I think
just give me a sec.
start with the percentile dice.
Okay. That is exactly 50, which and I have a 65 in lie to someone.
Okay. Excellent. So
I
now
got-
three challenge dice, and we're looking to not get any odds.
And those are the d10s, right?
D10s.
Okay, so that's a 7, a 9, and a 10.
7, a 9, and a 0.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
So
can you give
3
me-
drawbacks.
Yep.
3 drawbacks.
Great.
And then can you give me the boon dice as well?
An
A
8, an 8,
1.
an 8.
A 1 and an 8.
Oh.
A 1. So you did get 1 boon. And 3 drawbacks.
Well, it cancels
Okay.
out one of the drawbacks, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. So. I think I can help you. I can tell you where the safe is. I installed it under his bed. He's a supremely paranoid man. He doesn't want anybody going near it. The lock, nigh on unpickable. You're going to need some serious lockpicks to get through this. And he sort of turns his gaze towards Huga and says, "Is there anything that you could give me to convince me to give her the lockpicks?"
Oh, now let's see. I
How
mean,
about not a bullet through your head?
my clan has been allowing you to remain here rent-free for quite some time, but aside from that, I don't know. You got anyone you want me to shoot?
How about I take your token and I'll call on you when I need you?
That seems fair to me.
Okay, so I think you're handing over your influence as well.
I got that impression. Yep.
Steadily whittling down the pool. So, you've come away with some useful information. You know where the safe is, and you know that you now have the lockpick that would be required to crack it, but it would still be quite a challenge to crack this lock. So,
But all pretty successful.
overall, yeah, a fairly successful gambit. So, we'll be moving now into the final planning phase. And there is just one more planning phase and one more legwork scene before we then go on to the heist. So my first question is, do people want a comfort break before we continue? Because we're about halfway through.
Shouldn't I have been stalking the outside of the house from the water?
Very good point. While you were there, you have noticed... While you were there, you have noticed there is a smuggler's entrance from the canal directly into the privy on the ground floor.
Perfect.
So, being a smuggler, what he uses is this privy here, which leads directly back onto the canal, actually has a hidden catch somewhere in it, which will allow you to enter the building on the ground floor. That's what you've got from staking out the building for a second time.
Cool.
Great.
So we can move directly into the planning phase, or if people would like to take a comfort break, that would be the time to probably do that.
I wouldn't mind getting some water.
Yeah, same.
All right. I'll put on the 5-minute break screen then. We might be back a bit sooner. I don't have a timer, so we just do our thing. We come back and we start playing. So don't go anywhere. It says we might be back in 5 minutes, but we'll probably be back before that. So stick around to see the finale of Dusk City Outlaws. And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. We had our refreshments and we're ready to dive back into our heist of this evening.
Glad to see you again.
And straight back into the final planning scene. Away we go.
Well, we had some success. How did you guys make out?
I'm kind of worried, actually. I was going for roses, but I found tulips. Now I don't know.
That sounds terrible.
Well, you know, those Dutchies over there on the other side of the world. They keep bringing their stuff to our hometown. And the roses are getting exported. It's such bad business.
Well, we figured out that the restaurant where the guards eat, I mean, that might be a problem. Do you wanna notify the group, Matt?
Yeah, so the restaurant where the guards eat is also the restaurant for the City Watch. So It'll be double trouble, and I think half of the faces in there know me. Which might also be an opportunity.
So, I see there's a couple of things we need to do, probably. We need to fix a boat, maybe, so we can take the secret entrance into the house. We have to make our way up the stairs to the safe underneath the bed, as you found out. And then you need to crack the safe. Miss Prigger, if I'm correct?
Yes, I tend to be able to get into really anywhere without the use of stairs.
Well, I have one particular set of skills that I will be needing, I think, to clean up the crime scene afterwards. So, I'll focus on that.
All right. Well,
Is someone staying with me in my place, or am I the only one there?
You have my horse.
Of course I have your horse. I love that horse. It's such a cutie.
I mean, I would
So
love...
you are gonna have one more legwork scene after this to set up anything that you want to do before the heist. So you can almost think of it as like the final bit of daytime, and then that night the heist is going down.
Yeah, so we need to obtain a boat to get to the secret entrance. Also, if we can't poison the guards in the restaurant, maybe we can just create a distraction that keeps them occupied long enough for us to do our thing. Maybe a funeral procession that goes through the streets and takes a bit long, blocking traffic left and right. You know.
Well, since I am a wanted man, and most of my normal associates are wanted men, I can also start a little ruckus on the streets and try to lure the guards out and keep them occupied. Oh wait, no, the guards want to attack me too.
Yeah.
The city watch would follow you, but the private
The
guards
guards
would
would leave me
probably
alone.
not.
but that would make it easier for us to poison them.
Ah, we're back on the poisoning. I like.
If you could arrange the poison, I can train my ferret to enter the poison in their soups, and if the guards follow me out, there would be less eyes inside the tavern and more eyes on me, but
Well, to
I'm
be
afraid I will be doing a lot of running after that.
To be fair, I think I could arrange the poison, but that would spend some considerable influence on that, which we may need to actually cover up the crime scene afterwards, if you know what I mean. Pigs are not cheap, you know.
But we're trying not to leave a string of bodies behind.
No,
Wait, we are not?
At all.
We're not.
No.
We want no one to be the wiser that we were in there.
Pepper is so disappointed right now.
And so am I, Pepper. I like to shoot my way out, but that's not an option this time.
Well, I have to process this setback a bit, but
On the upside, I think if you'd all help me influence appropriately, I can secure us a dragon boat.
you would be ordered. Yes, a boat. That would be great. So
Not
I
just
could,
any boat. It's a
Which
boat with
more-
cannons.
Which
If-
is more inconspicuous, a dragon boat or a gondola?
Well, a gondola would be more inconspicuous, but a dragon boat's better if someone happens to get wise to our scheme and start shooting at us.
That's true. You do your thing. By the way,
So
after
it would be-
after this is all over, can you please come to my place and let's discuss romance?
Romans?
Romance. Like
Like-
getting romantic, you know?
Oh. Like with like you and me?
For example.
Suppose we can talk.
Yeah.
I did see
feel
some
terrible
chemistry.
to interrupt this. What would be a good idea is for you to quickly show who still has influence left.
I
can be
still have
spent.
influence, and if I do not need to spend it on cleaning, I could spend it on either staging a funeral procession that leads through the district of our choosing and try to make a bit of a distraction and block traffic going in and out. But if that's the sort of thing that we want, there might be something else better. I could order the crown to quarantine an entire district, allowing no one in or out for a full day.
Interesting.
Of course, it is a rather drastic measure, and it would make people aware of something happening in that district at that time. But just throwing it out there.
We'd have to get the guards out of the district if that was going to be effective.
Wow.
You mean the guards from the house or the city watch?
From the house.
From the house.
Well, I don't know, where is this restaurant where they're at? Is that like opposite the street to the house that they're working at, or is it some blocks away? Because
Silver
if it's some blocks away, I think we might manage it as a district of sorts. Block them off, their return off.
Well, I don't know.
Silver Judge, do the guards have a window side table?
You tell me.
They did have a window side table. I well, I can round up the boys and arrange a shoot by if you want to.
Oh.
So that would cost influence, which
So
you would
that
then
would
need to
cost me
spend
money.
your influence or the party influence.
I still have my own influence, so
Well, there we go.
I can arrange.
So
a
you need to
drive-by.
come up with a plan so that the legwork scene will set up anything that you're then going to go straight into.
Yes, we need to get
the
those.
heist.
Right.
We need to get those guards away from the house after their dinner. So how are we going to do that? I don't care, but we need to do that. I
Well-
just want to mention, throw it out there. Besides the things that I just said, I could still spend some influence on. I might also be able to obtain a body that looks exactly like someone we wanted to. Just throwing it out there. Not saying we need a body, but maybe we need a body. You know?
My dear sir, you're off the rails right now.
I've got an idea. You get a body that looks just like this Rolay guy, right? Him and his pals, they come running through town, hooting and hollering, making a mess, dragging that body by a rope. Both the city watch and the personal guards of Rolay are going to be inclined to follow.
That
I
might
like
actually
this
be a good
idea a lot. So
Meanwhile,
I obtain the body, use Sir Clay, make sure of the distraction, the hollering vagabonds on horseback. Yes. Continue your plan, Mr. Mao. I quite enjoy it.
Meanwhile, I go to my clan, get us a nice dragon boat. We sail up to the back end of the house, get ourselves ready. Miss Prigger does her thing, and when she's finished, we simply sail away into the sunset.
Yeah, I will join Miss Prigger inside to make sure that everything stays clean, you know.
Perfect.
I will bring some stuff to clean,
Oh.
you know. I have everything that we might need for any situation, just saying.
In the meantime, I'll get the boys.
So let's get things clear. We have one more legwork to prep, and then we are going to do the thing. And if I'm correct, when we are doing the thing, two of us will be distracting the guards. 2 of us will be infiltrating the home, and 1 of us will be staying with Rolay,
Ronnie.
which is me.
Yes. It seems so.
So, what's this legwork session we're still up against going to be about then?
Well, I gotta get the boat. He's gotta get the body.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Maybe you could visit Mr. Rowley and set up your plans. Start his entertainment at your nightclub. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I'm really sad.
All right. So let me get the boys.
Obtain a
We'll
body,
see you all
obtain a
tonight.
boat, get the
Get a posse put together.
get a drive-by posse together.
I could join you on your mission to get the boat, Kuga, but that's about it.
Absolutely.
Oh, maybe you can get one of those gondola dragon boat hybrids. Yeah.
No, I don't like the way that
Thinking
the
of
sails always come down when you stop moving.
I hear they're all the jazz right now with the high people at the courts, you know. Those hybrids seem to be better for the environment.
Using up less wind, I admit. But
Okay, so from my understanding then, we're going to use the legwork scene to prepare the body, the posse, entertain Rowley and make sure that he's sort of ready to go to the smoking club. And then we'll be pretty much going directly into the heist.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
For the heist, we're going to be split down. So who is going to be entertaining Rowley?
That would be me.
Okay, and who is going to be sorting out the guards at the restaurant?
Well, I will be distracting them, so.
Okay, and who's going to be? Is there going to be anyone assisting you, or is it just going to be you doing it?
it's him and his people.
Me and my
Him and his
peeps,
posse?
Yeah.
Me and my posse.
And that leaves then 3 of you attempting the actual heist while that's being taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll keep lookout and manage the boat.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So, if everyone's happy with that, cut back to here,
I'm happy.
and there's a little bit of abstracting that needs to do. So, Matt Clay, would you like to spend your influence to round up a posse?
Yep. So
In which?
I'm going right outside town, and there's a little a tavern outside there. It's called the Drunken Duck. And my fellow posse members, Big Ben, Little Ben, and Larry are there.
Moderate Ben.
You forgot about Moderate
No,
Ben.
and Moderate Ben. No, he's sick. He's at home with the flu, and the flu is deadly in this time period. So, no, Little Ben, Big Ben, and Larry are there, and I say, "Howdy, boys. Would you like to do something for me, for a little bit of cash?"
Well, what y'all have in mind?
Well, we need to stir up some ruckus in town. It'll just take a couple of hours of your time. Couple of hours, couple of horses.
What we gonna be doing?
Shooting, hooting, and riding around. That's pretty much it. It's one of the easiest jobs around. Out of character, I won't mention the guards right now.
Sounds like hell of fun. We're
Big
in.
Ben? Thanks,
So I
Larry.
think they're on board. I
Okay.
think with the influence, that's more than enough to get them on board to come and shoot up the place and generally have a lot of fun. What about the body? Which is the next part of this intricate plan.
Well, obviously, I go to the nearest morgue, get one of my friends there to acquire one of the fresh bodies that has just come in, make sure it's the right, I don't know, body shape and stuff like that, and then my friend will prepare the body so it looks exactly like our Mr. Rowley.
So, could you please spend an influence
I will spend my influence.
and roll 2 challenge dice?
I will roll 2 challenge dice. These were
So,
the
D10s.
D10s.
It detensifies the situation.
What do you want? You want the odds? Do we want the odds?
You
Never tell
probably
me
don't
that.
want the odds.
We don't want the odds. Well, it's a 1 and a 2, so we both get
Okay.
get something.
Thing out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like the odds are
So
against.
it's going to be
are in
a
your
fair
favor.
copy. It'll be a fair copy, I think, of Rowley.
Yes.
Dragon boat.
Yes.
So how are we paying for this dragon boat?
Well, that's why he brought Amoris with him, right?
Well, I think we're gonna have to spend some influence from the pot, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to spend the party influence.
So the final influence in the party.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good preparation makes for a great heist.
So I think we're then all set up. And I think we're going to start for going for the heist with the distraction. So, would you like to tell me where this restaurant is and what you've told your posse to go and do? You are on mute.
I told my posse I would be riding into town and following the main road from that heads from the east side of town to the west side of town, and just start shooting and hooting and screaming and hollering and, well, just having a regular old party.
We have a body, right?
Yeah, I gave you the body, you know.
Oh yeah, and I will be hanging a body behind my horse, but it's just another distraction. They shouldn't pay any attention to that.
Well, they should realize it's Mr. Rowley, though.
Yeah, but my posse shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, would you like to give me some sort of riding down the street, dragging a dead body dressed up as a merchant?
I think
What a coincidence, I have
screaming
to
and
have that
trying to
exact skill.
distract the watch.
Well, yeah, So I tie the corpse behind my horse and I just ride around and start shooting. And I just see that I have a crossbow and we don't have firearms, flintlocks or anything like that, right? In this game.
Only if you have specifically got them, such as
I
a
do.
motor sharpshooter.
So the shots are ineffective. I'm just shooting crossbow balls in the sky. You just go, yeah, oh yeah.
They could be fiery bolts for the record.
Yeah. Well. No.
Safety
They're
first.
just no. They're just crossbow balls. They don't make any sound, and I quickly notice I underestimated this part of the plan. But still, we holler all around the street, and I shoot a crossbow as soon as we enter the street of the restaurant. I shoot a crossbow bolt right through the window, and I say, "Wake up, lazy sons of bitches! Got your master right here!" Yeehaw! No! And I just start kicking the horse in the flanks, and
This is beautiful.
I make a pirouette, and then we start riding off. And as soon as we notice some guards are coming out.
Okay. So, would you like to give me a distraction roll?
Oh yeah, no problem.
And I'm going to say, would you add to that 2 boon dice? So 2 d8s.
2
If
d8s,
anything
okay.
happens.
So that would be a 45 for my destruction skill of... Where is it? 80, so 45 isn't...
You're fairly
Doesn't
distracting.
Yeah, it's very distracting. And I have a 7 and a 5, unfortunately.
No, that's
So
good.
that's on the
Fortunately.
boon dice.
No, that's my boon dice, yeah.
So, I think for that, what happens is you have just torn into a residential district,
Yep. Pretty
pulled
much.
out a crossbow and fired it through a window, causing absolute carnage. So, the watch officers, absolutely startled, grabbing their gear, running out the door, chasing after you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 20 heat.
Whoa.
It's going down.
Because there is a plot twist that
Well,
occurs.
it's nice knowing you, Matt Clay.
Well, I
He
think,
He went out with a
I-
bang.
I think he's okay. But the private security officer notices that Rowley is not dressed how he was dressed. If it's supposed to be Rowley, it's a fair copy. But he's not dressed how he was dressed when he left. So, although 2 of his guards were crazy enough to go running after, he has managed to rally the other 2 and is now making a beeline towards Rowley's house.
I'm too busy having fun to even notice.
I would think so.
Crazy
So-
son of bitches!
I think we now go to the Smoky Tavern
Smoky Lounge.
to find out the Smoky Lounge to find out how Rowley is being distracted.
Okay. So, I gave him directions to my lounge. Is he coming in, or how's that going?
So he appears at the door in his smartest clothing with a large purse of coin.
Okay. So, well, hello. There you are again. And now I've changed my accent. I don't know why. Anyway. Welcome to the Smoky Lounge. Welcome to an evening of splendor and excitement. You know, we even ordered a horse for you to look at, because we know you like the races, right?
That is quite a horse.
It's an astonishing horse.
Is that charming young lady here?
I regret to say that no, she's not. But she might be joining us later, because she certainly put an interest into your being.
So, do you have some sort of lying barefaced to somebody while keeping them distracted skill?
Yes, it's called anything else.
The muck is getting
Oh.
pushed.
Would you like to give me that roll along with 2 challenge dice?
2 challenge dice. Whoa. Okay.
So that would be an additional 2d10s.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, that's good. And, okay, so a 2 and a 10 on the challenge dice, so it's one challenge thing.
One challenge.
And I rolled 15 for my result, so...
Nice roll.
So you're actually very convincing on the on anything
I'm
else.
guessing. Yeah.
Wow, there have been some very good rolls tonight. Okay, so for one boon, he seems very perturbed that the delightful young lady that enchanted him is not here. So, he is going to have a drink at the bar, and if she doesn't arrive, he will be making his way home. So, unless you have some means of stopping him,
Okay, so I walk
before
over
that, I'm
to...
going. Go on.
Okay. You want to do something else first, or?
No, go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to walk towards Slippery and Sweet, who I introduced at the start of the in my introduction, and I say to her, "My lady, I have a special favor to ask you. Can you be as charming as you can this evening, because I really need you. I'm in a bit of a trouble, I'm guessing, and well, I know I can always count on you, right, dear?"
Again, do you have some sort of convincing somebody to do what you want?
Yes, it's called anything else.
Starting to realise that maybe somebody else should have been there.
But I do have, well, I can gossip with commoners, but that's not really the thing, right? And I'm a problem solver, so I can do that.
Mhm.
But I'm not on the okay. Let me see. Oh, and I can re-roll some old dice if I really feel miserably. Yeah. Okay, so try again with the lady. Do they have any advantage dice or?
No, this is just a straight up convincing somebody to.
Jasper,
31.
Jasper, I was just looking at your specialty sheet, or not. I was looking at your cartel, and it says it's just business. Maybe look at that.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true.
Since this is a
But
merchant.
okay, that's but this is not a merchant that I'm talking to right now. But
No,
I'll take that into account. You're right. So I rolled a 31.
Which is enough to convince her to go over and start engaging him in some sort of flirtatious play to see if we can keep him distracted. So I think at this point we will transfer over to a dragon boat. Maybe not so subtly making its way along a canal.
It'd be intimidating, at least. Yeah, so we're sailing along, and I guess when we're kind of in position near his home in the canal, I'm gonna have the crew fake a problem and have to anchor while we sort it out.
Okay, that would have been part of the influence, so that's fine. So, who's going to be going inside? What are we going to be doing?
That would be Darla, right? And Christina.
Yes. And maybe we have Mr. Mao join as well.
I'm gonna stay outside and keep watch. We know that the guards aren't in there,
All right.
and if anyone comes back, I would rather shoot him on the street than shoot him in the house and raise even more suspicion.
Well, but inside the house would be easier to clean for me, probably.
Well, maybe.
I'll leave it to your experience.
We'll leave the door unlocked and you can decide.
Yes. Let's go in. I'll just follow you around. Don't worry about me. You do your thing. And I take out a feather duster from my from my bag, and just immediately everywhere where Miss Prigger steps, I'm immediately dusting off wherever her foot have touched the floor.
All right, so yeah, I mean, Darla has a feature that allows her to just get into buildings without having to roll for it.
Which is fine. You notice that one of the bricks is actually just slightly proud of the wall. Press that and a small hatch opens, which leads directly into the toilet on the ground floor. Which is about here.
Do you want to make your way through the house and meet me up there?
Meet
Or
you.
do you want me to go ahead of you and warn you if there's
Well,
somebody?
I think that my specialty is best served if you go ahead and I'll just clean up whatever mess you make. If you make any, of course.
Okay. Then she's going to try to sneak into the house. She's not going to be loud about it.
So what kind of skill do we have for sneaking around a house?
I have a sneak around skill.
That sounds exactly like the kind of thing that you would be able to use.
Alright.
And could you please... Well, you will be adding 2 advantage dice because of your sheet, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. That is the D8?
8.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I got an 11 for my roll, and for the advantage I got a 6 and a 4.
So that would be no advantages coming from the advantage dice, but with an 11 you are practically silent, so perfectly able to sneak around the ground floor. The guards are indeed missing, and you make your way easily up to the bedroom, which is up here.
And she's going...
How is your cleaner friend at sneaking?
Well, let's talk about that, shall we? I basically... I don't immediately follow. I really take my time. I'm very slow. And just clean all the while. Because I'm slow, I'm silent, but I'm not actively trying to sneak. I think I'm just like carefully stepping. So if you want me to make a roll, it would probably be, I don't know, anything else. If you count cleaning stuff for cleaning as alchemical objects, I could maybe make it into a 65. Does this count as navigating bureaucracy? Because I excel at it.
I think not. I think this firmly comes under the role of anything else, and I think as you're actively trying to be cleaning while you're going, I think we're going to be adding 2 challenge dice into the mix.
Alright, and the challenge dice were the D10s as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So yeah. Alright, here we go. Ooh, that's 76 for my sneaking around. And that's a 10-10 for the...
So that is a fail and 2... 2 complications.
Push your luck.
Oh yeah, I can push my luck. I will push my luck. Thank you for that.
So you can push your luck to spend increments of 10.
Yeah, I know.
So you've currently failed by 20.
Yeah, 26
means
to
you're
be
gonna need
exact.
to
But I need to spend 3 increments of 10.
Yes.
I'll do that just dead. I push
And
my
I
luck.
think- So I think for the drawbacks, you're going to almost be creating more mess as you're going along, because you're sort of doing that thing where you're trying to be sneaky and trying to clean, but you're ending up moving something to dust and then not putting it back. As you're going along. So you're leaving probably more sign that people have been there.
Okay.
So, as this is going on,
Yes.
outside the building, this man, who you recognize, Cougar, as the private security officer, comes running round the corner, heading for the merchant's house.
Right. Okay. I'm still, I don't know, I'm undecided. But no, I committed to doing it outside. I'm gonna do it here. So he's lined up and ready. He's got his heavy crossbow out, and from like a hidden position, he's just expecting trouble. And so when this guy shows up, he's ready to make the kill shot.
Okay. So we get to actually make an attack, which is wonderful. Do you have the sharpshooter skill though, I believe?
I do. I have steady aim and barrage. So if this is a squad, I can actually take out more than one guy with a shot.
Okay, well, for the moment it's just him who's run around the corner.
Okay.
So happy for you to try and use the steady aim skill to see if you can take him out.
Okay. Right. That's a 53. And the skill I have is 90.
Okay, so you've done 53.
And since I
So-
only see him, I'm going to use my tethered bolt as well from my intro.
Oh, okay.
If you'll allow it.
I think if you're going to use the tethered bolt, I'm going to give you two challenge dice on that,
Okay.
and 2 boon dice.
2 boon dice. Okay, so here's the thing. Because of the steady aim skill, I get to cancel 2 drawbacks.
At which point you just get 2 boons. See what happens.
This is what happens when you build your character to do one thing really well. That one. Oof, an 8 and a 2 though.
So neither of them come in.
Neither of them. Yeah.
As we were after. So, the good news is that you have pretty much scored a headshot. I mean, he's just come around the corner, you've let fly, and this bolt has gone right between the eyes.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it is tethered to your crossbow.
Yes. Which is part of
As
my
the other 2 security guards run around the corner, they can now see a direct line connecting you to the arrow embedded in his head.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I immediately yank it so he falls into the canal.
Okay, I think that just happens. And you now have 2 security officers who are pulling out their whistles, blowing and yelling blue murder that their boss has just been killed in the street.
Fortunately, all the
I'm gonna
guards are somewhere else.
spend.
Oh no.
I'm gonna spend my last 6 feet to have 2 guardsmen who were patrolling in the area that were on duty, not in the restaurant, here, and start running towards the square. So there's going to be
Inconspicuous.
4 officers, so 2 security guards and 2 watch officers are going to be in the square imminently. And I think now we switch back to Rowley.
Okay.
So, how's it going in the club?
So anyway, we all know how this goes, right? I've really made an evening for you. We've got horse races to bet on in a mechanical way. We've got card games that really exploit your sense of high rolliness that comes from your persona, and the whole evening is really dedicated to you. And I've invited some special guests to join you at the table if you want. The other thing is, from one merchant to the other, or from one entrepreneur, so to say, we can talk about the house that you want to win when you really start winning. You know, I've got a couple of condos and a couple of storage facilities at the ready to be gambled with.
Tell me about this storage facility.
I've got a couple near the canals that are easily accessible at all times of the day, through gondola or even dragon boat if you want. Yeah, and they can store a lot, so to say.
Do you work for the family?
I am a family man, yes, but as you might know, my whole I'm a man of all people, so to say.
So, he has been growing ever
I'm an
more...
everyman. I've got the everyman quirk. I don't know if this helps in this, but
Yeah, so he's been growing ever more suspicious that the family is trying to prevent him, considering that he's actually smuggling under their nose. So finding out that you are a member of the family is going to really start his
should not have said that.
alerts going. So, would you like to give me a sort of speaking to a merchant role as a dabbler? So I think
It's it's the same thing, but with 2 positive dice, then, right?
yes, but I think I'm going to give you 3 challenge dice because you let slip that you are a member of the family, and
Okay. Oh man. Ooh. Well, it's a 60, so that's no, it's a 6.
oh, a 6.
A
Wow.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show you. Let me see.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. And so that's okay. Then the challenge dice, 3 of them,
Yes.
which are an 8, a 10, and a 10. So that's 2 drawbacks. And then the advantage dice are no advantage. So there's 2 drawbacks with a result of 6.
So, you successfully convinced him that you are a member of the family, and this is not where he wants to be right now. So, he goes as fast as he can out the door and starts running back towards home.
Can I tackle him?
Yes.
As he passes the horse, Winbow, can my horse kick him in the head and see if we can knock him out?
Is there someone there with the training skill that will tell the horse to kick?
Well, we haven't discussed.
Nope.
Well, Jasper has anything else.
Yeah. Anything else? I mean,
We either have my trusted Tony Maloney, or I still have my Bolt and Rough guy with me, but I don't know if he's into horses.
You can always try. You can hit the horse in the flank and hope that he hits if you want to.
and aim the horse. Come on, Jasper, do it. Aim the
Line up
horse.
the sights.
I'll let the Silver Judge decide if I can do that, but it would be cool.
Well, I think as a last ditch attempt, if you want to just hit the horse and see if it kicks him.
Wait a minute. It was all about being inconspicuous, right?
That's out the window, man.
Yeah, we're done with that.
I'm shooting people in the street right now.
Another guy's dragging a body.
I'm trying to horse kick him in the head, then, because this is going so.
Our cleaner's
Okay.
making a mess.
We actually said in chat that we had a good plan, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't say
so-
we were going to execute it well.
So, I think we're going to go with anything else. And I think we're then going to give you 4 challenge dice and 2 boon dice. And we're going to see what happens.
Okay, anything else? First roll. Well, that's a 35, so I'm doing quite well on that part of it. And then 4
You
challenge
successfully slap the horse.
dice, 4 drawbacks, right?
Yes, 4 drawback dice.
So that's 3 drawbacks, and then 2, and that's 2 boons or whatever.
So you
yeah.
rolled 2 boons
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
and 3 drawbacks.
Not as good.
Oh, that's good. No.
So, I think for that kind of a wanton carnage, I think you slap the horse and it just goes wild. I mean, it's kicking everything.
We're smoking lounge.
And-
We're smoking lounge.
I'm going to make my first and probably only roll tonight, which is going to be how good the fussy bureaucrat is at, well, how good Rowley is at dodging a wild rampaging horse inside a club.
This is the best plan ever.
Yeah, we're doing great, guys.
Yeah, we're doing great. I think so too.
So, you know how great the dice rolling's been tonight?
Yeah.
I just rolled a 98.
Yeah.
Hey.
Whoa!
I don't have enough luck to push it far enough to actually make that roll. So the horse goes nuts, and in the ensuing carnage, does manage to kick Rowley and knock him unconscious.
It's the perfect cover, man.
Went
Go for the
exactly
win.
as planned.
And I think
Okay.
now we switch back to the house. So we've successfully managed to get into the bedroom and make more mess than when we started with. But so far haven't alerted anybody in the house to your presence.
Yes.
Darla's been muttering to herself about the art on the walls and the various vases that are like super expensive, just completely disgusted with the things that like wealthy people spend money on. And she makes her way into the room and looks for the safe that she was told would be underneath the bed.
Okay, so the bed actually has quite a clever mechanism where it's been hinged onto the floor and so folds up, and the safe is right in the center underneath the bed. So that's fine. You knew exactly where it was because you've been told that. The question now is, how are you going to open the safe?
like, is it accessible? Can she pull it out at all, or is it like it's stuck in place?
It is bolted and alchemically riveted in place.
Okay, can she get under it, under the bed enough to do anything?
Well, if you just lift up the bed on the hinges, you'll have access to the safe.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't understand that properly. Okay, then
If you hadn't have cased it correctly, you wouldn't have known where it was. But because he told you specifically it's under the bed, you can just lift the bed up and know exactly where it is.
All right, she does that. And she has the lock picks that she was given. That she sees the lock that needs picking on it?
Yes, so this is an incredibly fiendish lock that requires the exact lockpicks that you do have in your possession, but it's still going to be incredibly challenging. So, I'm going to say it is your regular roll for picking a lock, but I'm going to impose 3 challenge dice on this.
Despite
and that
that,
could lead to some interesting things.
she like rubs her hands together. She has like the lock picks in her mouth, and she just looks so excited to like get her hands on this lock. So 3 challenges. Okay. Got the right dice? Yes. Ooh, that was close. 89. And 3 challenges. Ooh,
89 and 3 challenges.
Yep.
Okay.
No, sorry. I didn't roll the challenges yet.
Oh, you haven't rolled them yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the D10s, right?
Yes.
So I got a 2, an 8, and a 7. So 1 challenge.
So 1 challenge. Which is good. Because I was going to add 3 minutes to this for every challenge.
Oh gosh.
So this is how long it's going to take you to open the safe.
Okay. And when I'm assuming that she's hearing some chaos from outside.
It certainly is. And the chaos from outside is that the 2 security guards and the 2 watch patrol are now splitting their forces. 2 of them are making their way towards the house, and 2 are making their way towards the dragon boat. And it's going to take you 3 minutes to pick this lock. So,
did I get a chance to like react to them even coming together in the first place?
yes. So there's going to be one group of 2 and another group of 2.
Okay. Is this what's considered a squad then, or is it?
Yes, the 2 squads would be. So there'd be 2 independent squads.
Okay, so Koga immediately drops the heavy crossbow and goes running down the bow of the ship to like, I can't remember what you call it. You know the thing at the end of the bow that like you tie the masts to and stuff.
The bowsprit.
So he runs all the way straight up it and like jumps to the where the guards are while pulling out both hand crossbows and shooting at both groups.
Wow. Okay.
Full-on action movie.
So, I get to press pause as we figure out then what happens. So, diving through the air, 2 hand crossbows, trying to take out 2 independent groups.
Yes.
Sounds easy.
I think so.
So I think we're going to do this one group at a time.
Okay.
So, shooting at the 2 watch guards, which are heading directly for you.
Mm-hmm. Just straight roll?
Yeah, we'll worry about the challenges and boons in a little while.
Okay, that's an 80, so it's a hit.
Okay, but it's... okay, they have... Okay, brilliant. So that is the 2 that are heading at you. Now the 2 that are heading at the door.
Okay. And that one is a fucking 99, so I'm gonna go ahead and push my luck.
Push it all
How
the
much?
way.
How much luck would you like to push?
I only need to push 10 to make it a hit.
Wow.
Yeah. I got
Okay.
shooting. Shooting's what I got.
So,
And
yep, you push your luck, so that becomes a hit. What I would like to do then, this isn't a steady aim, is it? You are just barraging.
I'm using barrage, so yeah.
So, I would like you to roll 2 boon dice for the first one.
Okay.
Probably
That's
those are
a-
cool.
3 and a 5.
Okay. So, could you now roll 2 boon dice for the second one?
Gosh.
Oh, those are both 8s.
Okay. And can you roll me 2 challenge dice, please?
Challenge dice, absolutely.
I really like how Ash, you just tell us what to roll and we don't know what we're rolling for, and that makes it so much better if you tell us what's actually happening.
So that's 2 5s.
Okay. So, I think what happens is that the 2 boons that you scored were on the 2 guards coming to you, which is good news. For every boon, you reduce the squad size by 1. So I think
reduce it by 2.
squad size by 2. Yep. Reduce squad size by 2 instead of by 1. That is correct. Any boons you roll also reduce squad size by 2 for each boon. Brilliant. So I think that was your favoured shooting hand, and you kind of squeezed that one off and just took them out. There is very little left of those 2. The other 2 going for the door, you've managed to reduce their number by 1. So there is only 1 heading through that door. The 2 disadvantages is that you're now very wet because you've fallen off the dragon boat into the water.
I didn't make the jump.
You didn't make that jump.
Okay. Are you? Is this because
And
of the
the
drawback
one-
or anything, or because
The one
barrage,
heading in-
like any hit, also counts as 2?
Yes, but the drawback is that 1 survived.
1 survived. Got it.
And you got very wet.
and I got wet.
So it looked really cool right up until the moment you muffed the landing and just fell face first into the water.
Does that provide him with advantage on seductive rolls, though, if he like comes out of the water and like flips his hair back?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure,
I
like-
don't know. I don't know about you. I look better wet. I've been campaigning this for years.
If Daniel Craig taught us anything
think yes.
walking out of that sea on that beach, it's that yes, that would definitely work.
I think if anybody could style that out, it would be Cougar. So, one of the private security guards comes bursting through the door to be confronted by a plague doctor in full regalia dusting a shelf.
Yes,
Oh gosh.
it's great. What are you doing here? There wasn't supposed to be anyone here in this house at this time. I'm preparing the wake, you know? The wake. And I try to distract him, I guess.
Okay, I think we're not going to be able to do any distraction. I think he's just going to straight up attack you,
Oh.
having just been shot at and burst through a door.
In that case,
So,
yeah, okay. Yes. In that case, I draw a knife from my cleaning bag. No, wait. The feather duster is actually a hidden stiletto knife. I press a button in the feather duster, and this
love
this
that.
knife blade comes out.
Okay, would you like to make an attack roll then?
Yes.
Using any skill you see fit.
You will have to tell me what to do exactly for attacking, because I don't really know the rules of that. But
It's straight up skills. So your skills are forging documents, alchemical objects.
oh yeah,
anything
yes.
else?
Okay, so yeah, no, I definitely want to intimidate someone. And then
Might be better off stabbing him.
oh, you mean in that case? Yeah. So okay, so anything else then? I thought you were telling me to do
Be creative.
yeah, to be creative. No, if I'm just stabbing, then it would be anything else, of course.
Okay, well, it's up to you. You can also try something creative if you like, but
Well,
Throw your cleaning supplies in his face.
yeah.
that
Oh
would
my.
be used alchemical objects.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Shanks. Yes, I definitely do that, and I tell him to get out of the building before he becomes the person we have this wake for. So it also becomes sort of a mental attack, besides the physical one.
Okay, using which of your skills?
Unsettling presence. So I can for any 10 luck spent, I can increase the chance of success by 20%.
Okay, and you're going to then use which? So intimidation and unsettling.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was going to intimidate him by throwing a chemical object in his face and the cleaning supplies. So you just tell me
Okay,
what you want me
I
to
think
do.
I think we'll go with intimidate on this,
Okay, all right. I will.
and I think I'll take 1 boon dice and 2 challenge dice for that.
All right, fair enough. Yes. All right. So the intimidate check first. That's 60%.
So that is a pass. So you've certainly managed to intimidate.
Yes. And then you want me to roll 2 challenge.
boon. And 2 challenge.
So which one is the D8s?
D8 is a boon dice.
Yeah. So the boon first then. It's a 5. That's odd.
So that's the success.
And then the
And then 2 challenge.
challenge dice are a 6 and a 7.
So one boon, 1 challenge, and a
Yeah.
successful intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bottle you threw at him explodes in his face, and he's now got cleaning chemicals in his eyes, and he's just raging. But it's not enough to deter him, and he's coming straight at you. So I get to do this and roll an 8 for my attack.
All right.
So I will be reducing your luck by 50.
Yes. All right. Still 20 luck left because I already used my luck to push it one time.
And then it is back to you, and the timer restarts.
Sorry,
Oh,
you
go on.
want to do something fixed?
Does it, like, is there a
What's
lot
that?
of commotion coming from downstairs? Like, what?
Oh yes, there's a lot of shouting going on.
Yeah, but you keep doing you. I mean,
Okay, then yeah, she's gonna keep working at the lock, and she's just gonna be like whispering to it tenderly, like, "Come on, baby, open up for me." And
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. She's definitely gonna be ready if somebody comes up those stairs.
Yep. So you're now grappling with this guy.
yeah,
in
I'm
the
trying
hallway.
to.
What would you like to do?
I have my stiletto feather duster knife, and
Okay.
let's just go and try and stab him.
For the record, Koga is trying to get out of the water and catch up with the one he knows he missed. Whenever
Yeah.
that happens.
All right.
So you've now successfully opened the safe,
Oh.
but you're still grappling, so please grapple.
Yes, I will roll an anything else check to see if I can stab him. That's a 37. So yes,
That is definitely a success, and that is more than enough to put him down.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, so my teacup pig, who's in my somewhere in my robes, just jumps on the body and starts munching, I guess.
Just starts munching. That's
Yeah.
so horrible.
Oh no!
Start with the pinky. Start with the pinky.
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you're not making more mess, isn't it?
No.
As a cleaner.
Speaking of which, good sir Silver Judge, I would like to use my ability on the take, meaning that I have bribed someone beforehand, some minor character in this scene.
Okay.
Let's say one of the housekeeping personnel,
Yep.
to come at one point downstairs and clean up, put everything in the right spot where it is supposed to be.
Okay.
Don't you need influence for that?
No, that's just an ability that I have, right? On the take, during a scene you're in, you can choose a judge-controlled character to be someone you have bribed. And we know there's like the housekeeping upstairs, so...
That is just something that happens.
Cool.
Should have made it the darn.
So let's have a quick recap. The safe has been opened. Rowley is unconscious. Matt Clay is having the time of his life. Teacup Pig is eating somebody's fingers.
He looks a bit like this after a while.
Bulked up.
And the cleaners have started dusting and putting stuff back as you all slip away into the night.
Don't forget the 3 bodies on the street. And the one in the canal.
Well,
And
I
a
can...
dragon boat sat at anchor.
Well,
And I'm taking care of Mr. Rolly. Like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. And here, take some money on the house and everything, you know?
I would think that we would load the body onto the boat and just sail off and dispose of them elsewhere.
Yeah, I still have the ability to clean the scene if needed as well, so...
So I think that was an unmitigated disaster of a success.
We started off well.
I can't, like... We had a good plan going in, and then every time something went wrong, we made it worse.
I saw you type that in chat, and in my head I went, really? Do we really have a good plan?
I think we actually...
Because I think Ash, right after you typed that in chat, Ash summed up our plan in the worst way possible, where if you heard it back, you were like, But oh man, that was great.
Well, that, ladies and gents, was Dusk City Outlaws.
So
I would
cool.
play it again.
Yeah,
Oh, we lost Jasper.
Yeah.
he's gone Red Ring of Death.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that's it sometimes.
There's so much that I need to say before we
Okay.
close this evening. But before we do that, I just want to thank Ashley as our silver judge. You did an amazing job.
You were great.
You were so well prepared, and you were so funny, and it was a great adventure. And just this is your first time being on stream, even, so that makes it a bit more, I don't know, special or just impressive. Yes, that's the word that I was looking for. And thank you so much. I mean,
Yeah,
You-
for real.
Thank you.
And-
Awesome.
you can come
Thank
back.
you for having me.
You can come back anytime you want if we have room.
Thank
Then
you.
Uh,
Thank you.
and then of course before I let other people say the things that they want to say, I really want to thank Vix and Shanks. It was so amazing to have you here. You were great. You are both also always welcome to join us whenever there is time and a place to play some games, because I had so much fun. It was great.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
us. It was so
Had a
much fun.
blast.
We'll come back.
Yeah, and thank you guys. Like that was brilliant. Enjoyed every second of it. Like absolutely buzzing now.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
Man, that was such an awesome game.
so you will now learn, Ash, the joys of trying to go to bed right after you did a live stream,
Yeah.
which is
You can't.
You have a 2-hour come down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can well believe that. That's quite a rush.
So, anyone else wanna speak their minds, say something, open up their hearts?
I just want to thank everyone for joining us on stream. Thank you for our guests, because it was such an amazing evening. Thanks Ash, thanks Vix. Yeah, it's such an amazing evening playing with you guys, and even playing at all, because I don't have a character at the moment. So glad to be streaming at all at the moment.
That's true. You finally have a character on the Voidcast again, but you can't use it in the Precipice of Dreams. So sad.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let Matt Clay into the campaign.
Yeah. And then I'll use Winbow as my horse.
Those
Wimbo.
names, man.
Those names, yeah. I saw what you did there with the regular, what was it? Regular branch?
Regular leaf. And
Regular
Winbow, and I still didn't get to use Chicken Wing, because
Chicken
I
Wing.
wanted to use Chicken Wing, my falcon.
I thought Moonpaw, your falcon. So
Originally it was Luna Wing, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
really love Chicken Wing now.
all right. So for those of you who have watched this and are familiar with Voidcast's work, please, by all means, keep following us and hitting likes and comment and hang out in our Discord and talk to us. We all love it. But also go check out at Topdown Tabletop on their link tree with all the social media. Go to their Twitch, the YouTubes, the Instagrams. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, all the jazz. All that jazz. And you guys were absolutely amazing. All of you, every single one. And yeah, if there's nothing else, then I'm going to close off the evening.
I just want to say thanks for introducing me to this game, because I'd never heard of it before now, and it was really fun to play.
It is a brilliant game. That's so much fun, and it's the sort of thing that I pull out usually around about Christmas time, just when nobody really wants. Everybody's sort of going off and doing other things, and you just pull it out, play it in 3 hours. They've got campaigns in the book you can just run straight through. It's a great game to play. The designers did a fantastic job with it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Let's go out of the way. I made sure that it was all in the trailer video that I cut as well. The designers and everyone that worked on the artwork and everything, because everything in this game works and looks amazing, and that's all thanks to the original creators. And we're just playing their game, and we had a great time with that. So, thank you everyone in chat. Thank you all for joining us and making this game night even more special. Reading through the comments was amazing. For Voidcast, join us live tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Central European time for a new episode of Talking Void, where Jasper, and you can see him, I need to check, I think there, I'm pointing in the right direction right now, yes. Jasper
Man.
will host his show Talking Void, where we talk about our own campaign and we talk about our topic of the fortnight, which tomorrow is. Maybe you can.
What was your experience during these digital times in the previous years? I've had a lot of different kind of answers. I wanted to talk because there was defeating the boss and it was crap. You know, those kind of answers are all in the mix. So we'll see tomorrow.
I know that that there were some cool answers like meeting you guys, and for me, and it's the same for me, meeting Top-Down Tabletop, meeting Careful Cantrip, meeting Rick Vechel and Rogue Rollers in Holland, and Queer Arcana. We're all Dutch content creators, and it's just been a great time meeting people online and playing tabletop RPGs. So, yeah. That's my answer, Jasper. Write it down. Also, starting Voidcast, also a pretty big one, probably. Anyway, thank you everyone for an amazing evening. Join us tomorrow. Join Top-Down Tabletop. You are streaming tomorrow or the day after as well?
Yeah,
We're streaming tomorrow, yeah. At 7 p.m. Eastern time for about an hour.
Eastern Central Time. So go check that out live on stream on Twitch. And we hope to see everyone soon at whatever stream or social media outlet you prefer. Good evening and goodbye.